What is up guys, Thunder Studios here. Today we're taking a look at the Transformers 1 Studio Series Deluxe Class Starscream. The Starscream here gets quite a lot of hate from the community, which in my opinion I think is unjustified because he's actually a really good figure. I think that some people just don't want to pick him up, and that is understandable, but hopefully this review will change your mind and convince you to pick him up. But I do admit the face sculpt isn't the best. Like, I know there is some upgrade kits out there, so let me know in the comments if you want me to get one, but yeah, it just looks too skinny and it's not very accurate with the red eyes. He had orange in the movie. But other than that, like, I'd say the colors are pretty accurate if it wasn't for like this yellowy plastic that Optimus and Megatron both used, or she was just like dark gray, light gray. But other than that, like, he's painted up really well. He's got like painting on the arms here and on the wings. The head is like the faceplate and everything is paint. This area here, and on the windscreen and on the legs and feet as well. Yeah, he's really nicely painted. He also comes with his null rays on the side here. And he also comes with this thing, which is two separate parts. These are both for the alt mode and they just combine, and he can use it as a gun, which doesn't look the best, but it's just there. But if you did want to store it on the back, you just take and attach it onto this part where it is going to store for alt mode. That just makes the backpack stick out a little bit more. I don't really like doing that, but the backpack isn't that big. It sticks out slightly, but considering this is a transforming figure and actually transforms in a really fun transformation, it's not that big of a deal. He has a good range of articulation. He has a ball joint at the head, which can also rotate. Arms that go out to the side about that far is on a ball joint, so if you get the wings out the way, they can go for full 360. Elbow rotation, way past 90 at the elbow. Legs, it can kick up that far, back that far, and out to the side that far. Thigh rotation, knee bend, and no ankle pivot. That is like the one thing I would have wished for in his articulation, but it is sort of built in, and due to the way that the feet are, he stands up really solidly. Like, I don't really feel that he's going to fall down a lot. He has some really good heels, so he can pull off some really good poses. And he doesn't have any hand articulation because this is a deluxe, and I guess they could have somehow engineered a waist joint, but I don't really think that that's possible considering what he does for the transformation. But yeah, he does have a really good range of articulation. Let's quickly get into size comparisons. Starting off, here he is with Megatron, and he scales quite nicely. Optimus Prime, and he also looks good. Bumblebee and Sentinel Prime. So yeah, he scales pretty well with other figures, and he is about the average deluxe height. Yeah, he looks really good as well. So let's move on to his transformation. Okay, so with the transformation out the way, he looks pretty good in his alt mode. This is actually a Cybertronian Tetrajet, and the transformation was pretty enjoyable. It's not the most smooth in some areas, but it gets the job done, and it's kind of fun to do so. I'm not really a huge fan of the parts forming with the gun and the top bit. They could have like engineered it more, but also the Bumblebee movie version of the Seekers does that, so it's not a huge deal in my opinion. Yeah, if you look here, he is immaculately painted. Like, the windscreen details there, and also like on the engine on the back here, and like these bits here, like gunmetal, and on the tips of the wings. He doesn't actually have the Decepticon symbol because this is from earlier in the movie. I know some versions, like the Blockies version, do have the Decepticon signal. And I like how just the way that everything folds up, he can like sit down. And I like how the weapons are handled on the bottom. Like, you can see there, and with the null rays and the barrel gun thing, it looks pretty good. Not really a huge fan of the hollow space there on the gun. Yeah, he does look really, really good. Like I said, in the robot mode, I'm not a huge fan of like this like yellowy plastic, but it does get the job done, and it's not as bad as Optimus Prime or Megatron. And also the red is slightly duller than like the version in the movie, but yet again, that is alright in my opinion. It looks really good nonetheless. Like, he doesn't really have any kibble in this mode apart from the legs, but that is part of the design. And the hands, which I like how they fold it in and how the heels become the engines. That looks pretty good. And I just like the triangle-ness of the design, like with the angles up here and yeah, here and here. So it kind of reminds me of the Siege version or the Bumblebee movie version. So yeah, let's wrap out and I'll give you my final thoughts. So what do I think of this figure? In my opinion, I do think it is severely overhated. It's a really good figure. There are some nitpicks I can nitpick, but overall, he is a really good figure and I highly recommend you guys pick him up if you can find him. He does have a few loose joints, but they can be fixed. And I really like how this guy looks, all my other Transformer 1 figures. I'm very excited to get Thundercracker and Skywarp when they come out, whenever they come out. So yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you thought of this review. Peace.